With two other small practical examples, we want to demonstrate the performance of cake. Here an example with a polygon body with an already existing UV map. This could be, for example, a projection screen. We'd like to render perspective effects. For this we have created a MoGraph effect, which is an open sphere here, and the whole is to be visualized from the perspective view. In the render settings of cake, we have again defined the polygon object and the camera for cake set, so we bake the surfaces from the desired perspective. Let's look at the scene from the side. You can see that it is cut out with a boolean. We'll now hide the area to cake the stand-alone body and begin the rendering. The UV mapping is squashed. The render settings are adjusted according to the desired output feed so that an undistorted output is the result. When the result is reloaded as an image texture and used in the scene, mapped to a second identical area in our example, we see the render result. If we turn the scene, we can see that the perspective effect has been generated. If we jump into the camera, we get the desired result and the rendering fits perfectly. Another example, something from practice. This is a projection mapping, a mapping to the low poly body which should be presented at the Ski World Cup. Here, working with cake offered itself to create the complex mappings in the shortest possible time. An effect that could be used wonderfully here was a kind of golden syrup that could be poured over the body via an X-particle setup. However, this is extremely difficult with the conventional baking process. With cake the work was tremendously simplified, and since the team renderer could also be used, the integration into the workflow was outstanding. In the cake render settings, we selected the skier as a polygon object and the camera that matched the audience perspective as well as the main TV camera. We hide the structure so that only the gold with corresponding alpha channels remains and start the rendering process. We cake the golden liquid on the unhinged UV surfaces. The result always looks a bit visually distorted and strange. Applied as a texture and viewed from the corresponding camera, it makes sense again and looks as desired. The result on site. The skier has got his textures with UV mapping. All content was output via cake. Conclusion. Perspective effects on the UV map, bake processes in the renderer. Perspective baking creates new possibilities, other objects and reflections in the textures.